Wow.
Reporting in progress.
Does anyone want to do a recap for me? Or no?
Wait, what did we do last session?
Well, I took notes only on what Kindle did, so I have nothing else.
Okay, I
Anybody
think we started at the tea shop.
Day.
It was
Yes.
another downtime
It was another
day.
downtime day.
We started at the tea shop, and then Kindle saw a drug dealer.
I did.
And then she
Bought
couldn't
drugs.
resist. Yeah, she bought drugs because she
I bought
couldn't
the
resist.
drugs,
And then we had a little bit of an intervention.
but I didn't use it because
Correct.
Kindle was like, help me.
Yes, and we did. We got rid of them on her behest.
Yep.
And then there was that was most of the episode is the intervention. And then Keith followed me and tried to find the drugs that I disposed of. And when we went to bed, Keith was not in the house, so we kind of panicked. And then Mimi went out and looked for him, and I believe she found him, and that's where we left off.
You found him and yelled at him.
Sorry, I'm eating my leftover potatoes from dinner.
It was good.
So, that is all completely accurate. You guys spent most of the day running around town, doing different shopping trips, running into old friends who you didn't end up connecting with, finding drug dealers, going through a drug deal that was unexpected, getting rid of the drugs, looking for Keith, which you forgot at the house. More like you couldn't buy, you just kind of walked out and it just...
Yeah, we left him there.
Because of timings of who was here and when, it just kind of worked out that way.
Yeah,
and Jinx has spent most of the day at the house. Jinx. We are going to pick up, actually, for you, the night before. As I look for... Where's my playlist? So, Jinx. The night after the low lantern heist, you go to sleep, as you normally do. And as you're sleeping, you find yourself in a dream that doesn't feel quite like yours. You see your form similar to the old man that you met at the bar that day. You see him in his youth, causing shit and issues around town, laughing it off with his buddies. You see him a little bit older, you know, falling in love. You see a moment where the person that he loves more than anything in the world is dying in his arms. And while you know that these memories are not yours, they certainly feel like they do, like they are. They feel like they belong to you. Make a wisdom save for me, please. Jinx.
No.
Make a wisdom save for me, please.
That's an
I just
18.
18.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're seeing part of this man's life where he is going through the motions, still within his grief, and you feel yourself start to separate from him, like you're watching him continue forward. And you hear a voice just behind you in this dream that just goes, it's such a thrill to use this book in this manner. And another voice behind him going, knock it off. And you snap awake. You are in the room. You're back to your normal day. Everyone else has kind of taken off and left for the day, leaving you within your room, just thinking on that dream. You have the day to yourself. It's been a long night. You take the time to rest for the day, but that thought keeps going in your head of those voices that you heard in that dream, of the life that you saw of that old man.
I would like to look at the book, please.
Okay. Where are you looking in the book?
As in like what page or what room?
As in what page? What part of the book are you looking?
I'm gonna start from the beginning, and I remember vaguely writing in this book, right?
Yeah, you have some memory of writing in this book.
I'm gonna try to find my writing.
Okay. First, make another wisdom save as you're looking through the book.
No. Oh, that was almost a 1.
That was almost what?
Almost a 1. 19.
19? There's a moment as you're reading this book that it's almost like your eyes begin to go hazy, but you're able to blink through it and continue and actually read through some of these pages. The very beginning, just make a perception check. Or insight, either one.
Seven.
7? It looks old and not very easy to read at all. What languages do you speak?
Celestial, Common, Infernal, Sylvan, and a mirror code that I have with my family.
You cannot read anything that's in the beginning of this book. You begin to flip through the pages and you get towards the back, those pages that you were writing in when you were having that conversation with that older man at the bar. And it's your handwriting. It's the story that this old man told you about his lost love. Kind of matches up with a lot of things that you saw in the dream.
I'm going to, as a ritual, cast comprehend languages.
Okay.
Because I'm just, my curiosity is piqued, and there's nothing pressing. So,
are you going back to the beginning of the book then?
No, I'm looking for this specific story.
This specific story that you wrote was in your handwriting in common. You're able to read that like you had written it. but it matches almost. Well, make an insight check again for it.
Inside check. Ooh, okay, 20.
20. It matches almost word for word with the dream that you saw.
Hmm. Okay, then comprehend languages at the beginning of the book.
Okay. The beginning of the book is in Draconic, and you hear a old story, an ancient story. It's just the telling of you spend a good 20 minutes reading through what looks to be the story of this individual's life who had grown to be a protector of their home, that had been a wonderful warrior, well celebrated, and as they grew older, they grew sick and did not want to leave the knowledge they had acquired unlisted. And so they've asked to have their story written in this book.
Interesting. Yeah, so the comprehend languages last for about an hour. So are there other stories?
Make another wisdom save to see how much more you can read.
Okay. 8.
8.
8.
As you finish that story, you try to move on to the next. And that was a very small portion of the beginning of this book that you have.
Mm-hmm.
But as you go to move on to the next story, it's like your eyes begin to blur and the words seem to fold in on each other.
Mm-hmm.
And you're having a really hard time focusing on anything.
Well, that's my cue. Is Keith there with me?
At this point in time, Keith would be in the building, but you don't see him.
Okay. I'm gonna whistle for Keith.
All right. You said you're whistling or looking
Yeah.
for? Making persuasion check? He's a stubborn fuck, so
12.
12. You whistle for him. He doesn't seem to respond.
Cool. I'll just sort of tidy up, make sure that the curtains are shut, and then head down and see if I can find anyone in my group.
You go downstairs and you see why you could not pull Keith's attention away. There were multiple plates that were left out on the counter as meals for anyone as they woke up, and Keith has eaten half. He's currently devouring the different plates.
Is the bartender mad?
This is actually at Ling's adoptive father's house.
Okay. Is Ling's parent mad?
They're not home if you look around.
Oh, okay. Hi, Keith. How you doing?
Slowly turns to like cover the plate with his body.
I'll just grab the next one over. What? I'm hungry.
Just starts eating his food more aggressively.
I will sit at the table and eat with him.
Yeah, he's on top of the table and you're just sitting there eating politely, and he is ravenous. It's very comical and, cartoonish.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of terrifying.
I will pour him some drink to go with his food.
What do you pour him?
What is there to drink? What was provided?
It looks
breakfast
like,
tea.
Yeah, there's tea, there's water around, you can raid the cabinets and find out if there's anything else.
Nah. I will I'm gonna use prestidigitation and just sort of like make the tea taste a little bit more like blood. And I will offer that to him.
Yeah, he's like just quickly drinks it down.
Mm-hmm.
That was cute as fuck, by the way.
I'll just smile and continue eating. Is there like any missive, like a note or a letter or like a hint as to where my party is?
I don't think they left anything, but you're able to hang out during the day at the house. If you would like, we can just like go through a little bit of shopping with you, and then we'll just have them join later that night.
Honestly, like I'll walk around the city a little bit.
Okay.
And if Keith wants to come with me, I will happily.
Keith actually will stay at the house because he does appear in a couple other points during the day.
Okay.
And kind of you watch him as he disappears out a window and climbs up onto the roof at one point.
Okay. He says
just climbs up onto the roof. Are you looking for anything in particular, or are you just exploring the town?
No, I was gonna go maybe check out the library and say hello to any like acquaintances I have there, and then just like not like we don't have to have a conversation, just like a casual like hello, goodbye.
Okay. There's less of a library here, as Candlekeep is not far, and that is where people tend to, what people tend to think of when they think of like a library citadel.
Right.
There is the Amber Dune books, where you guys met with the individuals who are selling the Ging Watson. They are selling books still, however, they're selling actual books now. You could check that out. There's also a couple temples in the temple district to some of the gods of knowledge that might have books.
No, I'll go check on I'll check on our people, make sure that they're not fucking up their life. And then,
so you go over to Amber Dunes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like casually though, and I'll like even like disguise myself a little bit and just casually like observe them for a little bit before.
Make another insight check as you're just studying them just to see.
Okay, 17.
17. There's a point while you're watching them that they do kind of pass off like shifts during the day. But it seems like, at this point, they're very much salesmen. They seem like they're still playing ball. As far as you can tell, they're still selling actual books. They're following directions.
All right. I'll grab some, I don't know, snacks or something from nearby and then head back to the house.
Okay. We'll just say that you spent most of the day exploring the city.
Mm-hmm.
Don't combine your sentences into one word.
You do, you get lost in Tremec.
Well, no, we spent most of the ditty. So I finished the sentence where I started it. And you are able to meet up with your party as they are also returning to the house for the evening. And you're able to meet up with everybody. And so you'll actually come in after they're already back at the house.
Okay.
As we did have some role play with Kindle and everybody at the house.
I wasn't here last week, so was Renji just T-pose?
Renji, actually, you kind of, outside of the tea house, you did kind of go off and do your own thing for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What would you have done outside of Bun? Is there anything in particular you think that Renji would have done?
Honestly, I don't think so.
Just wandered through the city?
Yeah, I just wandered through the city, just try to get a better lay of the land and not rely on others to help
Okay.
him through the city. So just trying to get a wherewithal of where to get certain places.
Make a survival check.
Oh, goody. You know what?
Let's see
I'll,
how good your street smarts are.
You know what? I'll do it on above VTT because I can't find my dice right now.
That's totally fine.
15.
15. You find yourself wandering through the city, and it takes a minute, but after a while, you kind of catch the flow of the people. You that sense of confidence that people have while walking through their own city and knowing where to go, and it's organically, you just kind of go with the flow of the locals. You find yourself in different places that you wouldn't have expected. I'll say Chaplin's is over here in the Eastway. You make your way down even through the Brampton, avoiding the area where Low Lantern is, which is on the Eastway Brampton border. Finding your way through all sorts of different places of the city that you hadn't explored yet.
Well, anyway.
Make
and staying within the city without hitting up any of the outer city, you start to feel comfortable in these crowds.
Fair enough. Yeah, other than that, not much else. Just if you sees any locals like getting into rough spots, he'll actually help out.
Okay. The lower cities is more likely to see any issues. However, within the city walls, just make a perception check.
Dirty 20.
Okay. You see a couple like pickpockets around, especially. You even see a couple people who look like maybe they're keeping an eye out on some of the criminally minded individuals in corners. No one seems to be hassling anybody else at this point. You even see a couple of moments in some of the alleys as you're peeking around where it looks like somebody's selling something to somebody else in a very secretive way. Aside from the pickpockets, there's not really much of anyone. There's no like full-on shakedowns. Still midday.
He's not going to worry about himself with anything less than someone getting, mugged and beat to shit.
Yeah. You see a couple people who look like they're standing in like some thuggish looking individuals wearing like basic gray tattered leathers that are like kind of looking around. It looks like they're probably like enforcers in the area, that while criminals themselves are like, no, I do that shit, you don't do that shit kind of mentality. But no one's really shaking down anybody else.
He'll continue to keep an eye out, and just in case anyone's like, he doesn't want to risk turning around and then someone gets shaken down there and then. So he's going to wait for a bit until someone does, and if, say, an hour, nothing happens, then he'll head off.
Make a stealth check just to see if you blend in and they don't notice you so much. Because you're just watching these couple of thugs.
No! That was nearly a 19!
I'm so excited.
Fuck. Okay. Cool.
So you take a moment and you pitch up and leaning against a wall in an alley across from the road where you see two particular thugs wearing that gray leather armor are just kind of watching over the area. Sometimes they peek their head out like they're looking for something. You can't really tell. And you start to lean out to see if you can also see what it is they're looking at. And there's a loud clattering noise as you've knocked over like baskets into the alley or into the roadway from the alley. And you're like, oh shit. And you look up and they're looking right at you.
Afternoon, gentlemen.
Afternoon. Got a problem?
Not yet. The day is young.
Thinking of starting a problem?
I don't start them.
Are you trying to be intimidating with that, or are you just like, I don't
No,
start problems, I'm fine.
You know what? Yeah. Like, just give them that look. I don't start them.
Make an intimidation check
Oh, yeah. My charisma's shite. I forgot about that.
then. You're the one who said it was a threat, okay?
Yeah, no, 12. Let's see how they do.
See, that would be intimidating if you were well intimidating.
See, that would be intimidating if,
They start walking your way. One of them starting to put his hand on the hilt of his weapon ever so slightly. So you're looking for an issue.
He's backing off into the alley like this and just goes, "Are you hungry?"
You're not speaking. Their reaction is, fuck. And you hear like a voice just go, always. Is it playtime?
As long as it will shut you up.
A wild Kindle just appears in your mind.
Just, what are you doing? Nothing? Just,
I don't think you understand what's happening here. I don't think you understand who runs this part of town.
like I said, I don't start them, but are you willing to finish it?
They're both gonna pull their weapons. You are instigating a fight.
He. All right. Hands go from here to hand on her.
All right. You got to give me a minute because I was not expecting this to happen.
That's what he said.
And we're just gonna pull up. This one looks good.
Yo, if I die at the alley fight, that'd be grand. Oh no, I did a Bertram Bell.
Oh no, that's mean. All right, we're gonna turn off the grid on this one because it does have its own. All right then. Are you on above
Yeah.
VTT?
I am.
All right, I gotta pull it out into its own window because I've got way too many tabs that no one needs to judge me for.
Mm-hmm.
At least I'm honest about it. All right.
All righty.
Do. All right, so move this over. Let's come into our tokens. Jinx. We'll say this alley is, let's say it's this one.
Why Jinx?
Nope, you're right. I don't know. I don't know. Delete.
I was just trying
NG.
to.
Jinx appears out of nowhere behind you now.
I just walked past reading a book, completely oblivious.
Not now, Jinx.
This is chapter 3. Sorry.
I was like, oh, walking away.
I need my commoner elf teleport. No. No. I mean, they're human. We can just use the human. That's doesn't look like a human, but okay. She also doesn't look like whoever this is supposed to be. But that's okay. Filter. Let's see if I can. I just want to find the thug button. Where's the thug? There are so many tokens.
I'm sure that will.
Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah.
Okay, there we go. Now we can just delete. They've already started coming across, and we're starting this fight. So roll initiative.
Go.
And let me first, before you do that, add you to the combat tracker. Now you can roll initiative.
Oh no. Okay.
You started this fight. It's your own fault.
Yeah, no, I'm aware. I am aware.
As they have each of them have more hit points than you. Not even combined. So,
It's fine.
Renji,
Yep.
the first one is going to, as I pull up his page. Stupid website work. He's going to just, at this point, he's just trying to make a point. So he's just going to take his mace and try to basically backhand you with it.
Okay.
Does a 10 hit you?
No.
All right. Second attack, as you dodge out of the way, he's going to come down and try to crack you over the head because he's got multi-attack. Does a 20 hit?
It does. Just.
All right. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Cool.
As this one here swings out and you dodge out of the way and think you're safe, and he just comes down and swings down and it catches you right at the shoulder.
Ow.
And he just kind of smirks and he's going to stay there. Your turn.
Okay. unsheathing the dance.
Mm-hmm.
Two-handed.
Okay.
Going to make a swipe for the one that's swiped at me.
All right.
Oh.
That's gonna hit.
And 14 slashing. And then as a bonus action, Fury blows.
Okay. $23 will hit.
And the second one, 11.
11 just hits.
So the first one does nice 9, and the second one
he's already
does 6.
He's still up, but he's looking real hurt.
Just an absolute just swipe, then kick, and then a kick, all in a quick succession there.
All right. You can detect that hint of glee coming from the blade as it's been used.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No, that'll be it.
All right. The second guy is going to pull out his heavy crossbow and
Okay.
fire it at you. Because his friend is in 5 feet, he's got advantage because pack tactics.
Ah, lovely.
Don't forget your monk shit. That's all I'm saying.
Oh wait, yeah, no.
Does a 15 hit you?
It does not.
All right. And the multi-attack only works for melee attacks. So you manage to dodge out of the way as he fires a crossbow bolt and looks over at his buddy, who's not looking good, looking real hurt very quickly.
Okay.
And is starting to be like, he's not saying anything, but he's like, I'm going to keep my distance from this guy. Bring us to the top of the round. The guy who is super hurt right now is also pissed off. So he's just going to be stupid and continue this fight. Yeah, he's just like, oh, fuck you. And swing out again with the mace twice.
All right.
20 again.
Yep, just hits.
And second one, 20 again.
Wow, okay. This might be interesting, guys.
How did I roll
Did you go down?
16s in a row?
No.
That's 3.
That's
Not in a row.
let's see here.
The first one, 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And the next one, 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
So that's 11.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay.
So he is pissed off and is just at this point wildly swinging. It's hard to predict where he's coming from because he's pissed off and hurt.
Okay. Yeah. Hit the very hurt thug again.
Okay.
Fuck. Oh
That's
no.
gonna miss.
Oh, fuck it. And then I'll just do a Fury of Blows again. Flurry of Blows.
Okay, mark off your next key point.
11 just hits.
Just hits.
And the second one.
Also hits.
9.
So the first one, as he swings after you, there's a moment where you can see that he dodges out of the way of your blade, and it's almost like he's woozy a bit, and you just use that to crack him, and he is down.
Can I do
Were
the
you attempting to kill him?
non-lethal?
Wisdom save.
Even though he didn't use the sword?
The sword's still in his hand.
Wisdom
I
save.
tried.
Nine.
Okay, we'll get back to that. Is that the rest of your turn?
So, can my second few of blows go to the one that's not as hurt?
You can.
And then the second one does him for... Oh, for fuck's sake!
You would have to move up to him.
Yep, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
6 points of damage.
6 points. Okay.
Okay. As you are standing over, you whack the one, he falls unconscious. You come forward and punch the other one. And you look over and you see that he is down, but he is not dead.
Yep.
And you're like, we can leave it at that. And there's a faint smell of iron around you.
No.
This one is going to need. Good if I actually kept it in one bit. Yep. Okay. So the one who you've just come up to is going to pull out his mace as you're now right in front of him, and he's going to just try to hit you as you now have gotten into his range, and he's still backing away as he's hitting you, but he also looks, he is more stoic than afraid at this point.
Okay.
What the fuck? I'm using digital
Every hit.
dice.
Yeah. Every single hit on Renji is a 16 tonight.
I can't fuck this up. Like, I'm not. It's digital dice. I can't fudge this.
No, you can't. Especially because we can see it.
Don't. Okay, thank you. 10 on the second one.
Only one hit.
Yeah.
He just has to hit really fucking low.
4 points of damage. You are so goddamn lucky.
Right.
All right. You have 1 hit point. You are staggering. You can hear the blood pulsing in your ears. Your vision is starting to tunnel in. And that smell of iron is ever present. I need you to make an attack roll on this person in front of you with advantage.
$17.
That hits.
He's still using two-handed.
Yes, you are.
13.
All right.
Flurry of blows again.
you
bonus
go
action.
to simply use your elbow or fist to hit him, and instead you bring the blade towards him again. Roll an attack roll with the blade.
Okay. Come on, don't fuck me, don't fuck me, don't. Oh dear.
Oh shit.
Yep, that'll hit.
Yep.
10.
Okay. And that would still, like, your flurry of blows use that key point, but you made another blade attack instead.
Okay, so I still use that key point.
Yeah.
Alright. Wow.
Does he still get one more attack?
Not this time, because it was the two-handed blade attack. But now
This might be a Bertram Bell, guys. This might be a Bertram Bell.
you're
Please don't die.
you are getting that really worked up, excited feeling radiating off of that blade is starting to seep into you. Make another wisdom save with a disadvantage because you failed so bad last time.
Oh, no! No fucking way! No! Oh no. I rolled a natural 1 and a natural 20.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
How?
Advantage instead.
How? Again, digital dice, guys.
And with that, you feel your mind pulled out and into black.
Oh shit.
Cool.
You come back. And you don't know if it's been 5 minutes, 10, 20.
Oh.
And you find yourself further in the alley with both bodies next to you. And they are in ribbons. They have been slashed and cut. There's no way in hell they're still alive. You can look over to your left, back towards where the street was, and the trail of blood as they were obviously dragged from one place to the next. You look at your hands, and that darkness has spread further up. But it's hard to see that past the blood. And all you hear is, "Why, thank you. I needed a little bit of fun."
They don't say a word. Instead, cleaning the blade first off, and then taking taking his water skin and trying to wash the blade off his hands.
As you wash the blood off of your hands and go to clean yourself up, you notice that most of your cuts have ever so slightly healed. You're back to half health instead of 1 hit point.
Demon takes over, man.
Oh yay, blood magic. Mm.
Do you say that out loud?
No. No, that was Mitch. That wasn't.
Okay.
That was Renji. Renji. Is Renji's vision currently red, or is it usual?
As your vision had come back, as you watched as it faded in that tunnel, that red and black tunnel originally, and then it's like you blinked and you're back to normal, but there's bodies that someone has obviously played with. The way that it is carved. This was not just the vicious attacks.
She had some fun.
This was. Does it look like some of them were post-mortem?
Make a perception check.
That's what I was afraid of.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of them were. Now you roll okay. Yeah, it looks like a good number of them were on the one who was unconscious on the ground originally. You recognize that's the one where it looks like his postmortem. The other one, maybe not so much. Make a history check. DDB pities you.
Fuck you, Wizard of the Coast!
As you're looking it over, your mind flips back to the story that you heard when you talked to the temple about the blade and who originally possessed it and created it. And that person's proclivities.
Reputation. Unsavory, to say the least.
Laddie daddy.
Oh my god, I just murdered people in an alley. I am Jack the Ripper. I am getting the fuck out of here. Renji.
Do you do anything or do you just leave the bodies in the middle?
No, he's going.
Okay.
Yeah, he's stealthing out.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Come on, you twat. What is it with your bipolar fucking disorder beyond? Jesus Christ.
You're supposed to stay on this part, not this part. I don't accept this part, only this part. That was
right. That's it. Where my fucking dice? Fuck you, D&D Beyond.
The beyond giveth and the beyond taketh away.
It's not like this is the streamed game. I'm worried about the streamed game. What the fuck? Can you actually roll? Thank you. All right. There's a couple moments where you think there's someone peering in your direction. No one approaches you. No one stops you. You don't know if it's your paranoia kicking in, that you feel like you're being watched as you're walking. But you are still very unsettled.
Back to Ling's house. Post haste.
All right.
Dash.
Okay. Back at Ling's house. Put on our nicer, happier music.
I really hope Dad doesn't get caught up in this shit.
Oh,
And it all
boy.
gets traced back to his house. Oh no. We've done so much shit in this city.
You're the ones who decided not to leave. All right. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
You left Ranji
Party
unattended.
consequences.
Back at Ling's house, Ling and Kindle and Mimi have all been chatting. Kindle was able to go and take her nice bath to relax.
Hot steamy bath, like
Jinx,
a sauna.
as it's later in the evening, you've arrived back at the house to greet the friends who are still awake downstairs.
And nobody's at the table.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I mean, yeah. Hannah's in the bath. She can't really do anything.
We could jump into Jinx is able to get home late at night, get some rest. Renji comes sneaking in the middle of the night.
I was gonna say, does Jinx run into Renji covered in blood?
Jinx, would you have stayed up late since you slept in more?
Probably. I'm
Okay.
kind of haunted by this book, so.
All right. Would you have been downstairs?
Yeah, because we're only sleeping in like one room, right?
Mhm.
There's a couple rooms, but mostly. Oh yeah, you're right. It has been one room. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's been my room.
I would probably be in like the whatever the living space is where the
Yeah, it does have a nice reading nook downstairs with a little overhead desk lamp and notebooks and such. So
yeah. That sounds good.
good place to find you. Mimi, Kindle, and Ling probably had the intervention behind you, but you were kind of tucked away back in the corner and we didn't see you. And you were so engrossed in your book, you didn't catch any of that.
Intervention.
But Jinx, it's late at night and you're reading your book when Renji comes in the door.
Hello.
Renji, your hands are clean. Doesn't mean your clothes are.
Are you okay?
No.
Okay. One thing. Do you need healing?
No.
Okay. Forgive me, but I have to do this for the sake of our host. And he casts prestidigitation to have the blood sort of filter off of your clothes and into a nearby, I don't know, glass or vessel or something.
That is that is very wise.
You don't have to tell me as long as you are safe. Unless we are in danger. I will not pry, but if you wish to tell me what has happened, I will be in the reading nook.
I just need a bath.
Jinx, you know that Kindle's fallen asleep in it.
It might be a moment, or a whole bunch of moments. Let me go see if I can find Ling to.
I was actually just about to say probably around now, Ling would come down from upstairs, hearing the door open and close, and like, Dad, are you home? Oh, hi, Renji.
Randy's looking a little frazzled.
Something happened. Obviously. Do we need to deal with it? Okay. What can we do?
Where is your bath?
Occupied at the moment? Kindle had a day as well. I mean, she's been in there for probably an hour or two. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna go up the stairs and give a gentle tap on the bathroom door.
Kendall, make a perception check with disadvantage because you're asleep.
Yeah, sounds fair.
Maybe he's back.
I have been
you
here.
About to
Yes.
say, did you forget that you turned off your camera and you've been holding
Yes.
your hand up this
Yes.
whole time? I saw the hand
I
as you
mean-
turned off the camera. I was like, oh no.
Wait, my camera turned off?
Well, you
Yeah,
had it
we haven't
on,
had a
so
Mimi
when you
picture
turned it back
for,
on,
like-
you were like this.
20 minutes.
Well, I've been here that 20 minutes. I only had the hand up
Oh,
for, like maybe a minute,
Okay, just
Okay.
making sure.
but
I
I've
was
been
like,
here
how
this
long
whole
has the
time.
hand been raised?
oh no! I thought you took a break for your homework or something.
No, I just submitted it, so we're
Oh,
good.
good job.
Yeah.
Yay!
Nice.
But yeah, no, I was like, I had my hand up and I was like, there's a break in the conversation. Wait a minute, someone would at least go, yes, by now.
Yeah.
Hmm, what's going on? Oh, they can't see me.
That will do it.
Also, Sarah, I got a 17.
Okay. Yeah, you hear the slight tapping on your door. Is there something Mimi would like to do?
I'm just curious. Can she smell the blood on Renji?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
It would actually be in a glass now.
Technically, yeah.
Well, can she smell the blood? Oh, that's a 13.
13? Yeah, you actually, as the door was open, you could smell the faint irony smell of blood. And Renji, as you're thinking back to when you cleaned off the blade, there wasn't much to clean.
That's weird. Mimi's gonna like, while this is
Mm.
happening, she's like poked her head out, but she hasn't engaged yet.
Okay.
Jinx,
Kindle,
is
you did hear a knocking on your door.
This is shit.
Jinx is literally holding a glass of blood.
Kindle is like laying in the tub. Completely naked.
Yep. Usually how it goes.
What? Oh, God, it's cold. Like, trip out of the tub. There's
The
just
sounds behind the
loud-
door are a little bit concerning.
Oh god, the
Are you okay in
pruning.
there? Yeah.
Ow. One moment. Just gonna get up and
Okay.
throw a towel around, dry herself off, and like open the door. She's got like bruises now where she fell.
Did you fall asleep?
Yes, I did actually.
Good nap, I hope.
I'm
We
pruning.
have another. Yes. Oh my. Yes, you are.
Mm.
We
As someone who's fallen asleep in the tub many a time, whole hand, entire hand.
Oh, yeah.
bruise.
Oh yeah.
That's dangerous to fall asleep in the bathtub.
I
It
know,
is.
but I've still
Yeah, it's
done it.
very dangerous.
So we kind of had another party member who had a really rough day, it looks like. Are you gonna be in the tub much longer?
No, I'm done. She's gonna
Oh,
drain
okay.
the tub.
Awesome. I'll go let Renji know.
Thank
the
you for
bathroom's available.
waking me up.
You're welcome. I didn't realize you'd fallen asleep. I just didn't want to
I
disturb
didn't
you.
even realize it either until I was woken up.
So yeah, good things.
I'm
then.
probably going to get some rest.
Good idea. And when she steps out, I'm gonna step in and get the water going, and then head back downstairs and let talk to Renji. The bathroom
Question.
has.
Can we see downstairs? Like, is it a loft? Like that we can just go hi.
It's not a loft. It's like there's a stairway. Hallway is right there though. So if you're in the doorway, you can look down the stairs, and it's like there's a nook where the kitchen is, and then you can see right where the living room is.
All right.
So if Renji's in the kitchen, you probably wouldn't see him. But if he's closer where the living room is before the door, then yeah, you can kind of see.
Okay.
So I'm assuming he's probably still in the living room.
Jinx is gonna.
Renji,
Oh, sorry. Jinx is just gonna put like one hand like out to Renji, almost to like grab your shoulder, but then like not grab your shoulder and just be like, truly, if you need anything, you just have to ask. I'm happy to help you. And with that, he'll take the glass of blood, put it to his lips, remember that it's blood, and then go try to find Keith.
Kindle will stand at the top of the staircase and just kind of yell down, "Is everyone all right?"
At this point, you'll probably see Renji, and he looks not okay. Definitely not okay.
Yeah, she's standing there with the towel wrapped around her body. She goes, "Let me know if you need any help with anything."
I don't know just yet.
All right.
Like, not even looking at anyone, just heads into the bath room and just closes door.
Normally, I
one
would
quick
say
little
normally I would say something snarky at this point, but I don't think he needs that right now. She'll
one
walk to the
one
room.
quick little interjection before Renji actually goes in the bathroom. When Ling comes down and says the bath is ready, they would like to say, "Fuck! I just had the joke. God damn it." Okay, wait. The bathroom is now available. It seems the wildfire that is Kindle has been quenched.
Good. At that point, like, it's likely Renji and Kiddo will meet on the stairs, right?
The bedroom is like past where the bathroom is, so Kindle would have hollered that down and then started heading towards the bedroom to get dressed, where Mimi is currently like head out in the hallway, like, what's going on?
You probably saw.
It might make more sense if like she just got through the doorway with like Keith in her arms, because this is the where we left off, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So she'd probably like walked in and then kind of like went off to the side and is just like holding Keith instinctively, like, I smell blood.
And Keith is like trying to scrabble out of your arms because Keith smells blood.
As he's being held like a baby.
No, this is like the toddler who doesn't want to be held anymore. Like, now.
So,
He's calling me.
Jinx, hi.
Oh, hi, Mimi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? How was your day?
You know, it was really lackluster. I had a really bad dream, and then I spent some time researching.
Oh.
It turns out the dream might not be a dream at all. It might be a memory of somebody.
Oh my god. That's
There's
Um,
a moment, Mimi, as you continue to talk, that Keith just reaches up and covers your mouth with his hands, and he goes, "No more talk. Give."
Yeah. Here, Keith. What? Drink it slowly, because that's all we have. I would offer some tea.
Please tell me that Keith does the
Yes.
Canon. I like it.
She's little lizard tongue.
Sorry, Mimi. I don't know the source of this, so I didn't want to offer it to you. But if you are thirsty, just let me know. I can.
At that point, Renji probably interjects. it's probably best that you don't know the source of that.
As
Is
you're
it
heading
mortal?
up the stairs.
No, I
Is it
just think it
mortal or
would be kind of
monster?
disgusting.
Is it diseased?
I
You
don't
just
know.
don't know where it
it's
comes from.
it's definitely mortal, but I don't know if it's diseased or not.
At that point, Jinx is gonna whisper, "I got it off of Renji."
Okay, so
yeah.
it's not Renji, right?
I don't know.
Don't think so.
Make another
He
perception
didn't-
check, Mimi.
She's trying to sniff this out, literally. Oh, that's a 17.
It's not Renji's.
She's like, it's not Renji, right?
There's like a tiny little
Yeah, no.
bit, like there's a little bit of a hint of Renji blood smell in there, but it's mostly somebody else.
Okay. No, okay, so he's fine. He's okay. That like I don't care who it is, but if Renji was hurt, that would be a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just gonna give the experimental blood to the little shapeshifter gremlin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he eats random things anyway. What could it hurt?
I mean, yeah. I had to give him synthetic blood for breakfast, so this is probably better.
Honestly, he's probably a good form of body disposal.
He really is, yeah. Like one of our last campouts, I was like, hey, I'm gonna get food in a little bit, and he was like, okay, cool, but then totally got food without me, and it was this giant hog, and he ended up like eating most of it.
Oh, I shared.
You did, which I'm very proud of you for that. I'm just saying, like, it's fine that you ate a majority of it. You did share an amount with me, and I had my fill. You just can eat a lot.
That's really nice of you, Keith.
I think it was more of an anecdote towards your prowess for devouring flesh.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
I'm just
You are
imagining
quite good at it.
Keith like goes back to
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna have to work out a system between us because I totally left the house thinking that somebody was gonna take care of Keith. My mistake. And he did his own thing because of course he did.
Oh yeah, he came back. He was here when I left, and he had quite a big breakfast.
So you left him alone. At my dad's house with no supervision.
He had I think he had crawled out a window at that point. And I just assumed he was going to find Mimi.
No, he was not. He was actually Keith, were you trying to find me when you headed out of the house?
Yes.
No matter what he says, insight check.
He just went, yes. Make an insight check.
Wait, I want to do that too.
What is my insight? +3,
No.
15.
Mimi, you believe him with your 5.
Oh, I was gonna give her bardic.
Then you know he does not.
It's
You're
a
4.
4.
No, sorry, you're at 4 because he rolled a 5.
Wow.
Disadvantage because he was not convincing at all. Like he's lying through his fucking teeth.
Really, Keith? Come on. Just tell us the truth. This is a learning experience for us all. You're not in trouble. This is a group growth experience. Learn to tell the truth and trust.
Wait, you weren't looking? Huh?
Pigeons are really tasty.
Pigeons? I mean, yeah, they kind of are. Especially when you're really hungry.
You know,
Yeah.
there's a marmalade sauce. I've heard that's really good with.
Or you
I
just
think
bite
it's
off
called
their
squab.
heads.
In the ritzy parts of town.
Wow. Now we know we can never assume that Keith is looking for personal connections ever.
No,
Unless there
always
is
food.
food involved. Yeah. He's a goal motivated, a food motivated creature, which most of us are. So
I believe his main thinking organ would be his stomach. Is that correct, Keith?
Can we
Kindle, it's about this time that you're done getting dressed and able to come down.
I'm very hungry, actually, now that you mentioned it.
It's like 2 in the
food would
morning.
be nice.
Or 1 in the morning.
Don't care. Gonna start cooking. We got fresh supplies today. Hey, I'm gonna make an extra plate just in case Dad comes home.
Some bread and cheese would be fine. I'm okay with that. And I will also. I'm gonna poke my hand and create a fresh glass of.
You just did that last night. How much blood can you lose, fucker?
I don't know.
You have to heal that shit back.
Yeah, it's fine. I feel great.
It's okay.
Wait, you're not woozy for like the next 3 days?
Well, okay, it's different being consumed from directly.
Well, yeah. But like blood loss still does this. Like I've been stabbed and lost blood and been woozy for
Jinx is just like staring at you like, well, his hands like drip, 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 drip. No, this is normal.
Jinx.
Whatever, and walks into the kitchen.
And she's gonna like go up to Jinx and like gently put her hands on like his shoulder, arm region, and be like, Jinx, you don't have to do that every time. It's okay.
Oh no, it's okay. And also I felt bad because I had blood for Keith and not for you. So it's my treat, don't worry.
Well, don't try to treat me too much, okay? Like, yours health and safety is so important, and I can eat lots of dead things and animals.
Okay, well, but also, and then he's gonna, once there's like a glass, like a big glass worth.
A big glass worth?
Yeah, like 16 ounces, it's fine.
That's twice a donation.
You hear under his breath just like this nice melody, and you see like the wound heal, and you can just kind of like see the regeneration happening.
You are still lightheaded.
I cast Cure Wounds.
2 glasses.
Yeah. But I will sit down.
Ling just walks over and shoves a piece of bread in his mouth. Eat.
Mm.
Jesus fucking.
Mimi's gonna prepare him some tea and like something with a lot of electrolytes.
Yeah. If I had a cookie, that would have went in his mouth instead.
Do you have any crocodile aid?
No, I just put the DM.
I asked a simple question and I got the weirdest gift response I've ever gotten in my life.
Here to share with class.
DM,
All I
ask?
said was, what's
What did
going
you
on
ask?
in Reggie's head?
And my response was, hold on. Let's find it.
Wait, what's happening?
Hold on.
Huh?
Backseat messaging.
Oh.
No, wait.
Behind the scenes.
Hold on.
I think
Yeah,
it's just
that. I said that.
Oh my
and I
God.
died, and I'm sorry.
Oh my
It's
God.
Trunk's internal screaming.
I will give you an actual answer.
Mimi is gonna like take like after making Jinx a very nice glass, hand it over to him, like give a like a air kiss on the cheek, like please don't do that too much. You literally and then like fumbles as she goes back to the kitchen and like carefully grabs the glass of blood and just like sits down with it and just goes,
Oh, hold on. And he'll like sort of swirl his finger counterclockwise, and you see the blood in the cup sort of like swirl, and it warms up a little bit, so it's like 98.6 degrees.
Oh my god, are you trying to make it taste like fresh
I mean,
out of the body blood?
Yeah, fresh like a Capri Sun. But,
Ling just whispers over their shoulder. So how's it feel having 2 blood sugar babies in this group? It just keeps on cooking.
It feels great. Yeah.
I mean, we're all in this together, so we should
But like it's so funny because like Ling, you're like, hey, my blood does crazy stuff. Have it. And I'm like, no, that's useful, but like only in little amounts. And Jinx, you're like, hey, you need blood. Have it. And I'm like, no, not that much. That like Renji, like I remember a long time ago, he straight up told me fuck off. And I was like, dude, I'm not even insinuating that. Undecided, but I'm pretty sure because she's not offered, she's not into it. So like half of the group is like, oh yeah, my life-giving essence, have some, and the other half was like, what the hell?
Some of us are weird, some of us are more normal.
Cheers
So,
to
how is where's Renji at this point?
Renji's in the bath.
He's in the bath. Okay.
Yeah, no, like he saw all you were talking. He just took it upon himself to just
yeah.
Felt.
And he's running that sucker hot. Like he's turning into a lobster.
Do you want any help, darling? No, just kidding.
Oh shit, I forgot to
No,
tell him
wait,
it
do
runs
you?
hot. Take that assault.
Don't play with his heart like this.
Just joking. I didn't mean it. She does not actually say that.
It's
I was
it's
gonna say,
Isla and
bold
Drax
move.
reincarnation.
It's a bold move, Carton, to see how it pays out. But no, butt ass naked, and he's.
How else do you take a shower?
We have to stop.
I was
How
gonna
else
say,
do you take
do
a
people
If
like
you're
wear
depressed
clothes
enough,
when they
you'll
take
go in
baths?
with your clothes on.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not
you're-
wrong.
If you're depressed enough, you'll take a shower and or bath with your clothes on.
The minimum is just taking the phones out of the pocket. That's it.
I have yet to do that because I hate getting wet with my clothes on. Like I can't stand standing in the rain, like and getting clothes wet. I can't do it.
I do take depression showers. I usually remember to undress first. The only time I've had to get into the shower completely clothed is because I still had hornets on me or yellow jackets on me
Oh,
because they don't let go.
I hate yellow jackets.
Yep.
And hornets. And murder
no
hornets.
thanks.
Yeah.
Fuck them in particular.
Continue.
He's on the bus. He's just soaking, and the sword is rested on the tub, and he's just staring off into space currently.
Okay.
Serve up dinner. Leave a plate out for Renji.
However, Ling, high or low?
Risky. Let's go low.
He may have forgotten to close the door.
Well, whoever goes upstairs is gonna have a nice view.
Actually, it's not bad for you. He's pretty toned.
Keith, Keith.
She just goes,
He
oh
was
God, no!
He was just like,
It's
You-
Keith. Keith goes up and is like,
That's a funny place to have an antenna.
your
Wait,
tail
why do
backwards.
humans have so many? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Why do humans have such small tails? In the wrong spot.
It's not gonna happen. First of
Why
all,
did your
it's not
sword
gonna
come up
happen.
with
But I feel like if Kindle did walk by, she'd just go walk by.
Oh,
Not bad.
nonchalantly curious.
She would know how many
It's
people
like-
she slept with in her lifetime. She is not phased.
It's like the TikTok
Nope.
trend of all your friends acting what they would
Yes.
do if you were to see you naked.
Yep.
Mimi would
Which
do,
I
like,
still need to put
panic.
that collab together.
You do.
Yes, you
Mimi
do.
would like panic and like not look, but at the same exact time be like, "Hey, you're beautiful, babes. Embrace yourself. You're looking good. If you're happy with yourself, then like, yeah." And like be super embarrassed, but
great.
also you look great. Body positivity.
And,
Kindle will be the kind of girl who walks in and does whatever she needs to do. She's like, "What?
Yeah.
Just unfazed
This doesn't
completely.
bother me," and just walks out.
Renji is definitely the oh God and is out like a bolt.
Mhm.
Ling would do research. Just visual research. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's Ling. That is
Yes,
Ling.
the
Just sorry.
It's just mental camera.
I'm pretty sure
Um,
Jinx
or
takes
it's
credibility.
it's the one where they like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and they close the door and then they just the phone under the
Oh my god, I love those videos.
It's so
The boyfriend walks in, immediately turns around, closes the door, and you see her slide. Thump.
What
You
about
slide it
Jinx?
under, you turn it to the side, and you kick the little flip stand so it points up a little bit, and then you just rest it there and walk away.
What about Jinx?
Jinx would probably just try to heal Renji because he would like the injuries.
be like, heal.
He's just
Just-
motivated in whatever task.
You have too many stab marks for me to admire you.
Actually, no, it's all bludgeoning.
Oh.
He is bruised to shit.
Yeah.
But
Well, clearly they didn't use a bag of oranges on you.
does anyone have any orange slices?
This is
Oh,
how it
Um,
works.
Just for the sake of brevity, Renji will have his bath and just promptly pass the fuck out.
Okay.
In the bath or in a bed?
I swear to God, if he falls asleep too,
In the bath.
it's gonna be the nap tub.
The cursed.
Mimi. High or low?
Low. Cause Shotty got low and she popping that ass.
You are correct. It was low, so he's actually going to find a bed.
Oh, okay. Okay. Little
That would just be
disappointed, but-
hilarious if he's like,
Yeah.
and then Ling's like, "Hey, I." Wow.
Well,
that's
no,
the
he left
second
the
time
door
someone has
open, so
fallen
I-
asleep in this time.
Reggie, you dead? You dead? Oh.
I would. No, honestly, I probably would have just poked one of the bruises. Just very lightly. Just a.
Why?
That's why.
No, seriously. No, being woken up like that sucks.
Don't fall asleep in the bathtub. It won't happen.
Well, while
Leave the door open.
While Renji is taking his bath, I make a minor suggestion. Kindle, we're having a tea evening.
Lovely.
Evening, if you will.
Tea. Want to spill the tea and drink some tea?
Ooh, I love tea. And also,
I just made you some.
no, I mean.
Oh wait, never mind. That's a bad idea.
Oh, you meant the other tea.
Yeah. By the way, this is really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a jug that pours out a gallon of wine. So I was thinking that kind of tea, but then that's a bad idea.
Wait, you have wine?
I do. Would you like some?
Yes, please.
Okay. I go upstairs, go in the hole, and grab out the alchemy jug. Come downstairs and pour 3 glasses of wine. 2 glasses of wine. Okay. Mimi, do you like wine? Do you want to drink some? I know it doesn't do anything for you, but do you want some? It's free wine.
I probably wouldn't like it. Kins, no. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Okay, 2 glasses of wine. And then I'm gonna take some empty bottles that we have up in the cupboard from some old wine, and then pour in how much can I make exactly? A gallon? So probably two bottles worth.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then cork them back up and put them in the cupboard for Dad later.
And I'll chill them as soon as you have them in the bottles.
Perfect.
Prestidigitation.
Well, that was a nice use for today.
Yeah. A lot happened today for a lot of people.
Really did.
Yeah.
Really did.
Kindle, did you enjoy your bath?
I did, so much so that I fell asleep, and honestly, I think I'm going to go to bed.
Oh, honey.
I'm exhausted.
Oh.
But I'll be happy to spill tea tomorrow, or the next time that we decide to.
That sounds good.
Speaking of bathroom, I'll be right back.
Kindle is gonna go pass the fuck out.
Okay.
Does anyone else need healing, by the way? I don't know what happened to you guys today, so.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we were okay.
It was just emotional damage.
Emotional
damage.
Lovely.
Am I okay to drink this simulated fresh blood?
Oh no. The simulated blood was blood flavored tea that I made for Dude Man earlier today.
Right, but like you just gave me a glass of blood and then made it warm.
Oh yeah, it's the prestidigitation just warms or cools liquid.
Right. That's
Or
still
5,000 other things it can do.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
you would be fine with it.
Okay.
And then you can re-up if you haven't already, because it's fresh blood, the temporary hit points. You should have 5 temporary hit points when you have human blood that is fresh. It's better if you get it from a person. That's where you get more fun stuff. But
Yeah. Yeah. How long do those temporary hit points last?
when it's out of a glass, it's 2 days. If it's out of a person, it's 5.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, yeah. When was the last time that drinks gave
Last
me
night?
glass?
The night before.
Ah.
Why do you think I made such a hissy fit about him giving it to you again?
I have a lot of temporary hit points. Hang on.
Well, it doesn't stack. It just re-ups it.
Chill.
So if you already had 5, then you have 5 again.
Okay.
That's the con of temp hit points.
Yeah. Okay. Sipping my blood. Freaking Keith. Is Keith being weird? Keith being okay?
He's
He's
fine.
I
Yeah,
think
he
probably still
had
right.
his moment, and he's just enjoying the.
I'm imagining him like holding the glass upward and his long tongue just kind of like swirling, trying to get that last little drop that keeps running around in a circle.
He will get it. He will succeed.
Oh, I know he will. That's just what I imagine Keith is doing right now.
Yeah,
Lying
he's
on his
very
back,
occupied.
he's got his like back legs holding on to the cup. Ah!
He's such a
kidding.
gremlin.
Yes.
Little gremlin man.
So I guess we eat and talk about our day and then go to bed.
Yeah, we can brush through it, get through the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Renji. There's no dream per se. Just that nagging feeling like you don't know what happened. It's almost enough to drive you crazy. But the next morning comes. And actually, before the next morning comes, I need Mimi to make a perception check.
Uh, 12.
12?
Mm.
Okay. The next morning comes and you actually wake up pretty early. Because from outside of the hole, it doesn't seem to bother anybody else, but you hear this incessant tapping on the glass of the window. But the curtains are closed.
Slowly get up, peel the curtains.
You peel the curtain and it's that morning dawn where it's not quite bright enough to hurt you. And you open it up, and there is that raven sitting on the window ledge. And it sees you and flutters off. But as it's fluttered off, you notice that on the window ledge, outside the window, leaning against it, is a very thin, leather-bound book. No title. Just sitting against the window.
That's some cursed shit.
Okay. This is either like the sickest she's like saying this quietly. It's either the sickest fucking omen ever, or like this is like a person. And I don't know which one I want it to be. Like opens up the window.
You open up the window and the book starts to like into the room.
And then quickly closes it and closes the curtains and dips back to hide from the sun.
As you grab the book, nothing happens as a book.
What? Why would you say that?
I had to pull the Matt Mercer effect. I had to.
Bruh.
That's how you keep things spicy.
Okay, hang on. I forgot what we did for sleeping arrangements. Where am I? I'm on the floor.
You're in the hole.
Wait.
Last night, Kindle was on the bed. I think Jinx was in the corner, and I was at the foot of the bed as a cat. I don't know what tonight is. Considering Renji went to bed first, then Kindle, and then the three of us. I know you're probably still in the hole.
Well, if I heard a window, I probably was in the closet this time. I was like,
Okay.
let me try out a closet. So
at this point, I figured you had just woken up early, and as you climbed out of the hole, you heard the tap, tap, tap. Because you don't keep it closed all night because you can't last it that long with it closed and sealed.
Mm-hmm.
The thing only holds about 10 minutes of oxygen, and even though you're a vampire, you still need some air.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can only last 6 hours in there, not 8.
Yeah.
You can last 4 hours in there.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Reruled.
I'm a high functioning vampire. Yeah, so I'm gonna like sneak downstairs to the kitchen area, trying not to awaken anyone, and just graze at the book.
Okay. The first thing you know, well, make a perception check as you're looking over it.
Okay. Please be at least somewhat decent. Oh, 4.
4?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, roll with an advantage because it's in your hands. I'm
Okay.
I've said that before.
Oh, that's vastly better. A 21 with a not natural 20.
And 21. Okay. As you're holding the book and you're looking it over, the first thing you notice is it's not actually a leather cover. It's like a really thin, like black oak that consists of the cover and the back. And then it's got like a dark twine holding all of the pages in there together. So you can see like the page spines. And the cover is marked with what looks like little chips in it from beak marks. The cover is cracked. It's unvarnished, thin sheets. It's got little scratches as well from the claws of this bird, bound with black wire between these covers, and it looks like it's very thin. Not a lot of pages, and the pages are very yellowed with age and wrinkled from moisture. As you open it up, each page bears tiny, blotchy brown script written by an unsteady hand of an unidentified author. There is no title on this book, nothing like that.
Can I read the language?
What languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Elvish, and Infernal.
Yes, it's in common.
Chill. I didn't want to be surprised. Is it like a story? Is it like a personal journal? What am I reading?
Make an investigation check.
Chill. This is either going to be really good or really bad. 13.
13. It is a journal. It looks like it's the first-hand account of a girl who, after falling off her horse and breaking her leg, she was rescued and befriended by Vistani travelers who graciously nursed her back to health. And it's a story about her traveling with them over the next couple months to their location and the way they treated her and a little bit about their customs and things like that.
Huh. So it's just about this girl's travels and her point of view?
Mm-hmm. And as you go to open up and as you're turning through the pages, a small folded piece of parchment falls out and onto the table.
It's a trap.
I will reap the consequences I sow. Open it.
You slowly unfold and open this paper. And on it, it actually looks like a map. Are you on the online VTT?
No, I'm on
That's
D&D
okay.
Beyond.
I can just share screen
Are you positive?
because what you see is this.
Oh, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that.
Oob.
Scorch of red worm. Follow the trail to the hand and horn pass. Oh, that's a cute little treasure. Whoa. Evil beware?
Oob.
Huh. Is that evil space beware or evil beware, as in evil is the subject?
You wouldn't know. This map is all only context you have.
Yeah, that's just like a personal grammatical question. But Mimi doesn't really understand grammar anyways.
I love that it looks like it says Woob Bridge.
Woob?
What is this?
Ooh. I love the little haunted house in the lower left corner.
Yeah.
Very, very cute, very aesthetic.
I love how it says which way in the top, and then it says this way right beneath it.
Oh, you're so right. Wait, that's so cute.
It is. Which way? This way.
Three
And
Tree?
more.
3 Tree Hill. Ah, I am really admiring this. I love this. Huh, okay.
Better than One Tree Hill.
Mimi, as you're looking over this map and you see the word which way, make a history check with advantage.
Oh, perfect. Hang on, I'm trying to add that screenshot to my photos. A history check?
Mm-hmm.
Chill. Oh, my advantage had better be better than that. Oh, whoa, 22, not natural
22.
20.
You're looking at it going, which way? Which way? Wait a minute. Why is that familiar? Why have I heard of this? It's a small little hamlet that is not far, or was not far, from the woods where your sire's home was. It's not that town, but it's close.
She's just gonna fold the paper back, place it in the book, lay it down on the counter, and just hands folded in her lap. She's just gonna sit there until the sun comes up.
All right. The rest of you start to awaken, and the day is yours. You come down. Anyone coming downstairs first?
Probably
Link?
would.
All right,
Yeah.
Lane, you come downstairs, and Mimi's just sitting at the table, unmoving.
I
strange
absentmindedly. Okay. I absentmindedly kind of walk down the stairs and I'm doing my stretches. Just kind of heading towards the kitchen on autopilot to get things started. I'll get almost to the kitchen before I realize Mimi's up and in the living room, just sitting there. Mimi, when did you get up? No response. I walk over. Mimi?
Boobs, hi.
Hi. Are you okay?
Fluffs up the curly hair. Probably.
Do we have to have another intervention? What's happening? You seemed very out of it.
I am. It's not like an emotional thing. It's like factual thing.
Okay. Care to share, or is that a thing where you just give us reassurance where we're not to be worried? Because I'm worried.
Well, that's the weird thing. I've just been sitting here just trying to like make it make sense, you know? Okay, this is the thing that happened. It doesn't sound real. I cannot make this up. I cannot make this up even if I try to. I do not have the brain cells to make this up.
It's okay.
So,
Just
Yeah, so there's been okay, hang on. This is gonna be a little bit. I don't think we should be concerned, but this is really fucking weird.
Okay, Legan's gonna sit next to Mimi on the couch and kind of and turn to face her. Okay.
Well, okay. Should we like wait till everyone else is up though? Because like I don't want to be like having this information and then like having to like
okay,
repeat it a million times.
Okay. Do you want me to get everyone?
I mean, they can wake up in their own time. Hannah, are you okay? Oh Lord,
We can
child.
cut it if you
Sleepy.
need.
I'm really sleepy.
Go get some sleep.
Like I hit a fucking wall.
You can go to sleep, girl.
Yeah, we can continue the morning next time.
But I
Self-care,
don't
bitch.
wanna.
Oh,
I want to play. Don't want to go to bed yet.
If you're sleepy, you can go to bed.
You have permission.
But I don't want to go to bed. I want to play D&D.
This
Well,
is
how
how
about-
we know that we're all fucking addicts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, how
yeah.
about darling sister?
I've
We
waited.
at least.
I've waited days to play this. I want to play.
How about we at least do one more little scene and then we'll see how you feel and see how the gang feels and either because it is a
I
little
will
late.
stay up till 2 a.m. if I have to.
The
Do you need to
fuck
get
you
up and
will.
do a quick round of jumping jacks?
Do you have
I
do you
did
have
some
work?
stretching.
Do you have work tomorrow?
Yes, I have work tomorrow, but
What?
it's from 1 to 4, so it's in the afternoon.
You have a little time to sleep in. It's not too bad.
A little bit.
Okay. Well, we'll
I'll be
go
fine.
on. We'll go on just for a little bit, and we'll check
Yeah.
in again. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll be fine.
Okay.
I want to play.
So Mimi is just gonna offer the space and the time for everyone to get up in their own leisure and do what they need to
Okay.
do in the morning.
Counterpoint. This seems to be very, very much bothering you, and I think we need to talk about it. And if it's not with just me, then it should be the whole group. Thus,
Yeah.
I think I should wake everybody up.
Okay. Like what if like you wake people up and then they're grumpy? Like Kindle is so pretty. She needs her beauty sleep.
I'll do it gently.
Oh. Okay.
And Ling's gonna go full tabaxi and just kind of do a little turn there, and well, no, I can't do the tail. And just kind of trot down off the couch and up the stairs.
That's
Um,
never gonna not be weird.
Push open the door and head to the first person. Well,
Wait, quick question. Where did everybody sleep?
That is a
Everyone's
good
been
question.
sleeping in the room in Ling's childhood room, but if somebody else would have picked somewhere else, they can.
Okay. I just wasn't
Oh.
sure because since Renji went to bed first, I wasn't sure if he picked like a
There's not a whole
specific
lot
spot
of
or not.
rooms in here. Someone could have slept in the living room. Ling, your dad slept in his office. He didn't come home, but
Oh,
that's
okay.
not unusual for him, as you know.
no.
And you guys did say goodbye before, so I think he just assumed you were leaving town.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
don't need to come
Which is
home.
why I left the note on the kitchen table, just in case. Hey, there's still bodies in your house.
Basically, the floor space that Renji slept at last time, he would have been there. But he was one of the first up anyway, because routine.
And you're an
Uh,
elf with 4 hours of
Yeah.
chance needed.
Oh, yeah. So Renji's probably already up, just chilling
Yeah.
in the corner.
Yeah.
So actually, Renji, you would have heard the that's a good point. You would have heard the raven as well, tapping on the glass. I don't know if you would have registered as anything. You just watched me, you heard tapping, watch Mimi go over and then come back with a book. from the window. Would you also have followed downstairs?
No.
Ling went down? Okay.
He doesn't want to unpack that right now.
That's fair.
Okay. So Ling, you come back upstairs and Renji is just still sitting there like, what just happened? Like
Oh, good, you're awake. Group meeting downstairs in like 5. Good?
Sure.
Cool. And then Ling's gonna walk up to Jinx and just kind of put his fuzzy paw just right here, just a tickle. It's like, doo-doo. Jinxie,
No.
Jinxie.
I don't want to paint the thing today.
Ling's gonna start purring and curl up and lay on his face, as cats do.
Jinx will politely pick the cat up and put the cat down, and then turn over and continue to sleep.
Bruh.
Fine. He's gonna go and jump up on the bed and curl up next to Kindle and start purring, and then just slowly doing a
All
little
the
bit of knead on the
biscuits.
thigh.
I'm making
Yeah.
the biscuits.
Making it be.
Yes.
Well, she's got great thighs. So
but tabaxis are also humanoid, so it's not quite a paw. So it's like
yeah.
hand.
It's
That
like
is
a
little
tiny
weird.
little furry hand. He's like, shh, shh, shh.
she's like,
Weird.
mm.
That's just like
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start walking on her legs.
Ranger's just gonna take a dart and poke her in the thigh. Just not enough to pierce blood, but enough to be like, ah, shit.
You get this weird contorted cat human face looking thing just glaring at you as I'm like halfway mixed between cat face and my face, just glaring at you.
she's gonna like startle awake and and say, "Are we in a scene? Are we in a scene?
It's okay.
Huh?"
It's okay, Kindle. It's okay. This asshole decided to poke you and while I was trying to wake you
Oh,
gently.
fuck you.
You good in for a group meeting in like 5?
Yeah.
Awesome. And I walk up to Jinx and I cat swap him across the face.
Oh, I was gonna say Jinx is like partially awake now and is like just like gently singing. Like
And then gets the cat slap.
Yep, and still gets bopped. Group meeting, 5 minutes. I wish I could do the tail because I want to do that weird flick thing they do when they get angry, but I can't.
ow.
Ling just hovers over Jinx's face for a minute, like
That was uncalled for.
Group meeting, 5 minutes.
At least get a guy a glass of wine first.
Sir,
There's
you
wine
come over?
downstairs.
Or coffee. I meant
It's
coffee.
7 in the morning.
We don't have coffee here. We're tea drinkers, and I don't think this jug bears coffee. You know what? I'm gonna take the cork and I'm gonna say coffee, and uncork it. Have coffee.
is that one of the things? Because there's specific
No,
different corks do different things. I don't think coffee's amongst them.
I specifically
No.
asked for a non-decaf espresso.
There's
latte.
acid,
Half
poison,
calf,
beer, honey,
sugar.
mayonnaise, oil, vinegar, water, salt water, and
chocolate,
wine.
pumpkin spice syrup.
Acid,
lemon.
basic point. Yeah.
Yeah,
No coffee.
I know. I want to get some vials and fill up some acid. So, yeah, no, this doesn't do coffee. I got some acid for you if you want, though. But
It's not gonna wake
I
me
don't
up.
know.
Army.
The vinegar
That
will
sounds
just
like-
pour that.
Well, no, it does say once it starts producing. Yeah, so it's got acid today.
Ooh.
There's wine downstairs, left over.
No, we'll save that for your dad.
All right, I head downstairs, let everyone get ready, and go sit with Mimi until everyone's there.
Did your dad return last night? What is where is he?
Oh no, he stays late at his office quite frequently. He probably fell asleep on his couch, or
Okay.
in his desk chair, huddled over a book, which is bad for his back. Keep telling him.
Hopefully not one of the books that we came here to find.
No, because I told him about those, and I think he would have told me.
Okay.
Pretty sure he would have told me if he had any of those in his possession
What's this meaning
that he knew about. You know what? You'll find out when you come downstairs and see who's missing from the room. Bye.
Wait, what?
Very ominous. All right.
Love that. Wait, what? And leans downstairs on the couch.
Okay. I will ascend the stairs. Is Mitch frozen or okay?
No.
It's very
No.
Oh no, he was just very still.
It's a talent.
You got that Drax thing going on.
Oh boy. Oh, this is so trippy. No, I don't like that. I don't like that.
I've done that for video meetings before.
Really?
Great.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay.
So you all gather downstairs where you
Yeah.
you get your teas, some morning breakfast breads, and Mimi is still sitting there with a journal laid out on the counter in front of her and a small folded piece of parchment on top.
She just keeps making these like
Morning.
weird thinking faces.
What's going on exactly?
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Apparently Mimi has something that she would like to say, but not repeat it many times.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I didn't want it to be like a heard it down the grapevine, like a game of no, that won't work. Like a game of messenger stone, you know. Where like you the message get passed along and then you just get convoluted every time. Okay. So I apologize. I don't want to make this seem like a big thing because like it's not a big thing. But it is a very weird thing. So for the past day to 3 days, don't really know, concept time is so terrible, there's been a crow following us.
Oh
And-
yeah, I think I saw it yesterday.
Yeah, but like for the most part, I seem to have been like the one to notice it first. So yeah, crow's been around, and then just as the sun was coming up, there was a tippy tapping on the window, and it was the crow. And they left this, and picks up the journal. So this belonged to some girl. She fell off her horse, was picked up by the riders. And
The cinema writers?
maybe. And
Heard of them.
like
I'm not even gonna correct it. We're just that's what she
It's
thinks
the
it is
cinema
now.
writers.
yeah, the cinema writers. We can
She's been
correct
sitting there
our-
long enough, the word gets scrambled in her brain.
Mhm. Yeah.
No, they get jiggled up in the boobs when she runs. And then the word gets reprocessed and sent back up to
and
the
becomes
one
something
brain
totally
cell.
different
Exactly.
because it got translated 2 times.
Yep.
So anyways, now the weird thing is that there's this map here, and this is the weirdest part. So this is a I don't even know what order to say the sentence. This town is close to the hometown of the vampire who made me a vampire. That's the weirdest bit. The journal, it's just some girl, but this map was in it.
But the crow dropped it off.
Apparently it looks like the crow's had it a long time, because if you look at the journal, and then she'll just like air it out to anyone who wants to pick it up. It's clearly been loved by this crow a little bit, so it's had it for some time.
Interesting. So are we talking like how close are we talking? Like a day's travel? Less? More?
DM.
Make another history check with advantage to see how much you remember.
Perfect. Ooh. Hello.
And
Hello.
is it like
Okay.
coincidentally close, or
11.
like, oh my goodness, we need to check this out kind of close?
11.
Your sire had his kingdom that he created, or took over is more apt, set within the Spider Haunt Woods. You know, it's not in the Spider Haunt Woods. You know, it's not quite to the next town past it, Shadowdale, but you're not sure exactly how close.
Okay, so this area is near the Spider Woods.
Spider Haunt Wood.
Spider Haunt Woods. That's
which is where your sire's chateau, or whatever you want to call it.
Well, I was also from there, so we're talking like hometown for everybody.
You rolled a what as your first history check?
The first one, I think it was 22.
22?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very similar sounding name to your hometown. Tiny little hamlet called Which Way. Sounds very familiar.
Yeah. Okay, so inconspicuous closeness.
Very close to Spider Haunt. Too familiar of a name to just be coincidence to your hometown.
Yeah.
This is where you're from originally, all those years ago, all those centuries ago.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
So I'm just throwing darts here. I'm assuming Mimi shared this.
Has Mimi shared that part?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
She'd relate that bit. She'd be like kind of not making sense, like a day's travel. Like this is like hometown territory.
Okay. Well, just throwing darts. You've lost a lot of memory, right, over the years.
I just don't really have it present. Yeah.
And you say this sounds like it could be your hometown. Could this journal be yours?
Well, I don't think so.
Can I
I just
in,
I don't ever remember
investigate the
like
book
yeah.
to get an age on it? Like, does it seem really, really old?
Make an investigation check.
I mean, would a book even last that long?
Yeah, if it's properly preserved.
Eh.
That's a no. That's a 5.
You can't tell. The pages are very old. You also don't really know how old Mimi is. I don't think she's given an exact
That's true.
number.
Yeah. I want to say something like 400 years was mentioned at one point, but I don't know if that was how old she is or something happened 400 years ago. I don't remember.
Forever Young just starts playing in the background.
Oh my god.
I mean, it seems old, but I don't know. I
I
can't
don't-
date it.
The thing is, I don't ever remember leaving home, you know? But like I like I don't even carry most of like I carry like a couple flashes of my human life. Like it's probably in there somewhere,
Mhm.
but I just like I can't. I don't that would be so weird. That would be so
That
weird.
would.
That would be so weird.
Yes, that would be scary.
Well, then, like,
Even.
how would it? Okay, because like I'm old, and this is like this is old, and like you know, books can last that long. But the thing is, this was
Mhm.
carried around by a crow.
Right.
Oh,
But
so
the crow
like,
could have gotten it relatively recently. I mean, maybe it was given the book to deliver. You said it seemed to be following you, right?
yeah.
So, like, maybe.
Oh, that's so weird. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
anyways,
I'm sorry. That's probably a lot.
Well, I'm gonna I just first answer. I'm gonna say no, but you know, open to surprises. So I just wanted to tell you guys that this isn't like we're gonna do something about it. We might not be able to do anything about this. It's just super weird.
Yeah, and I can understand why you didn't want to tell one of us, and then again and again and again and again.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of complicated.
Mhm. So, yeah. So a lot's been going on. This is a lot to take in factually. You know, everyone else has had a
Indeed.
lot to take in mentally, emotionally. I offer retail therapy.
Didn't we just do retail therapy? Didn't that get us into trouble? I don't think that's a good idea. I think we should have a group share.
Of
I mean, you just shared yours. We know 2 other people who should probably share.
let's not like peer pressure people into like
No,
sharing what's on their
I'm
brain.
totally willing to go first. I can share.
I
What
mean,
does everybody think? Do we want to have a share circle today?
share circle or retail therapy?
You notice that Jinx has started snoring again.
Kindle's just kind of like,
Yeah, Reggie's just taking this in, just like kind of leans to Kindle. So that tells me we're going on another adventure.
but it's another adventure.
Honestly, the quicker we are away from Baldur's Gate, the better.
Well, Mimi said
Yes, I
like
would like to get out of here as soon as possible.
Mimi said this isn't something to actively be done. It's just information that's super strange, so she wanted to share.
I
And then everybody
appreciate,
jumps on it.
I appreciate the fact that you considered us in this matter. Thank you. It means a lot to me personally. I can't speak for the others, but it means a lot to me.
You're a gem, darling. I will tell you anything that you want.
You're a gem. You're
Don't
precious.
Smell you.
Don't even.
You.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I personally would like to leave Baldur's Gate as soon as possible. Whatever that
Right.
is, I do not care.
Well, okay.
I'm not in need of any retail therapy. Since I don't really need anything, I'm not looking for anything to spend my money on. As for a circle, not at this moment.
Perfectly valid. Perfectly valid. Just an offer.
I agree with Kindle on that. The quicker we're out of Baldur's Gate, the better.
All right. So it sounds like we just have to decide on a destination. Heading back to Candlekeep, or shall we head to this? Which way?
It is like it's gonna be far from us. The regions are close to the regions that I was referring to are close together, but like
Oh,
it is a
I
journey.
understand.
It's just that the information was way too precise to be coincidental.
Okay.
But yeah, we just had some orders that we were placing, so we were waiting for those to be fulfilled, and then we were gonna book it out of here. And I do believe that on our way back to Candlekeep, we were going to stop by Jinx's family's.
That's
kind of as
right.
as like a buffer during travel. And also just like we visited your family, let's visit everyone's family that we can, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we can check on our orders today and
Okay.
head back to Candlekeep should they be ready.
Okay. I did leave in the note to Dad that we are expecting a delivery. So if it does arrive and we're not here, to forward it to Candlekeep.
Okay.
So if it's not here today, there's no worries.
Okay.
Do we wanna split up and check our order and somebody find travel back? Because our last bandwagon that we were on kind of dumped us and ran.
Yeah. She was nice though.
She was.
So you guys, does that sound like a plan?
Sure.
I have
Sounds
no
fine to me.
qualms about this.
Awesome.
Okay.
Jinx, since we are probably heading to your place, I'm assuming, would you care to lead the Git transportation group?
Sorry.
Jinx, did you hear like any of that?
Oh yeah, totally. we're traveling and stuff. So
I literally brought everyone down here so that I wouldn't have to repeat information, and I'm still gonna have to repeat information.
oh no.
You
it's
know what?
okay.
You're not gonna, because what he missed, and that's his fault.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
maybe I should.
no, we're gonna have time to fill you in anyways, so I might as well.
No, it's okay. Yeah, do we need a carriage or anything?
Yeah. We'll need a carriage to wherever your place is.
Oh, didn't they provide a carriage to us to get here?
No, we
you
kind of
ha-
bought one.
You hired somebody who was already heading in that direction to be dropped off in town, and then she was like, you know what? Or her
You're not
reaction
worth
was
it.
like, I'm glad. She's like, I'm glad you got to where you wanted to be. Don't call me again. It's kind of where it went. Because somebody stabbed somebody else in the middle of the night. Like,
Yeah.
there was a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
There was a lot.
okay. Well, we can probably just travel by foot or by horses or
Okay.
however you guys want to. A carriage would be fine though.
I prefer the carriage myself. I mean,
We do want to have something for Mimi so we can keep her out of the sun.
yeah.
I
And
mean,
we can always make extra room with the
Like a
hole.
coffin.
a little coffin with wheels.
Oh, that would be great.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I already have garb that keeps me pretty protected in the sun. So, like, if I can stay in some tree shade, that'll be even better. But I can still
Okay.
walk. I can do that.
All right, well, we can figure it out.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're stopping by my parents next. Is that the next destination, or did you guys want to go
Yeah.
after to?
I believe the exact words were, as long as it's not here, that I heard earlier. And I kind of just look over at Renji. Just quick glance.
Very well. Okay. Well, let's go make arrangements then.
All right.
Okay.
Meet you at the exit of the city.
Which one? There's about 50.
Oh yeah.
The one to the south, the one that we're leaving out of. The one that we arrived at. How about that?
The one you arrived at is actually not the one from the south, because the one to the south takes you through Tumbledown. You would have arrived through the Basilisk Gate, which connects to the outer city. It's on the eastern side.
Okay.
And then you wind through the outer city and then out that way. But Tumbledown itself, the southernmost gate, is kind of like east and southern, and that one's just a Tumbledown, and Tumbledown itself does not have an exit into the rest of.
Okay. That one.
Very well.
All right. Mimi, would you like to trot along with me or them, since we're the only two that know what we're doing?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever
If
seen a
looks
sleep
could
deprived
kill.
vampire, but
Yeah.
you know,
Wait, you seen what by a vampire?
I don't think I've ever seen a sleep deprived vampire.
It's more like she is not capable of making decisions.
No thought, just boobs.
Just boobs. Just boobs.
Okay. So they leave to go get transport. We leave to go check on our delivery.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It takes her a second, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, our stuff." And so she'll go with Wing, and then all the others can work on transport and packing and whatnot.
All right. The transport team. Where are you looking? Who's on team transport? Renji,
Oh, and me, Jinx.
Jinx, just you two?
I believe so.
Kindle, which group are you with?
Getting transportation.
Hell yeah, team transport. What?
Team transport. All right, so
The most awake people in the group.
you all start heading through the city towards the Basilisk Gate, to look for transportation outside of the city towards Stony Eyes. You travel through the Steeps, Heapside, Eastway, where Basilisk Gate is located. And as you're getting further into that part of the town, I need everyone in that group to roll a perception check for me.
Disadvantage because y'all tired as fuck.
I can't do that. I'm injured.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm
16.
joking.
16 for Renju.
16. Okay.
17 for Kindle.
Okay.
Beat that.
Jinx also got a 16. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What dice were those?
My dice?
Space guppy dice?
Oh yeah, they're from the Spelljammer.
Oh, cool.
They're like dragon eggs. They're really cute.
All right. As you are heading through Eastway, all of you notice that there is a slightly elevated guard presence in this district. There's a few more walking around. And you also notice that they are not the only individuals who look like they're patrolling the area. Renji, you would recognize the people in the gray leathers wandering around.
Oh, love that.
Look like they're looking for someone. And Kindle, you also recognize this armor.
Is it the Zentarim?
Nope, this is not Zentarum.
How do I recognize that armor?
This is a garb that is utilized by members of your boss's gang.
Great. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of them wandering around.
Disguise self.
All right, you cast Disguise Self.
Yep.
Jinx is going to
After roll wisdom save, right?
Yes, you do. And Renji, how about you? Are you doing anything in particular?
Hood up.
Okay.
Magic flare. Come on.
Jinx is going to occasionally just throw like a random smell in the wind, or just like some sort of distraction.
Well,
Anything.
all you would notice. Jinx, make an insight check to see if you notice what the other two are doing, because all you see is that there's a greater guard presence. You don't have any context.
I mean, if there's more guards, I'm on guard.
Okay.
With a 13 for insight.
13. Okay.
I mean, I can tell these two are being kind of batshit crazy, right? Because I'm
You can tell that they're being cautious. They're both being very, very cautious with that 13.
So I'm just casually like, phew, like a shower of sparks just over in the corner over there.
Okay.
Or what is that skunk smell? Or
all right, just make a sleight of hand as you're doing this as subtly as possible. And Kindle, what was your wisdom save total? And that's a natural what?
It is a natural 4.
Natural 4. Okay. Not terrible.
It's not bad.
I rolled 13 for sleight of hand, so
a 13. Okay, you're good. Kindle.
Yeah.
You see them wandering around. All the thugs in force. And you know that we need a show of force. And we're looking for someone. and you hear your heartbeat in your ears and you are starting to lose it. Do you trigger? Are you switching?
You know what's actually really ironic right now? As I'm listening to Kindle's playlist, and the first thing that popped in right at this moment is "Run, boy, run! They're trying to catch you! Run, boy, run!"
I have that song on Darren's playlist.
Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
She now believes in her mind that they're looking for her.
They're looking for her.
Yes.
Would that trigger an episode for her?
Probably.
Okay. So in the middle of town, as you're wandering.
By the way, I'm now awake.
Yeah, we noticed.
I'm now awake.
It took one word or two words, your boss. And then you're like, what?
Sorry. What'd you say?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You can't do
Glad
this.
you didn't go to sleep.
Richard.
But I have a boo-boo.
I have some boo-boo.
Aren't you glad you decided to push on for more gaming?
Yes.
So,
Okay.
and you feel yourself being pulled back from the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
Identify as a furry, a cat or a dog, whatever. And so yesterday I
What is happening?
What? Okay,
you're
who's
like-
watching furry things? What the fuck?
Sorry, that was me. It's the Young Turks talking about Republicans using whatever to get their way.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So, is it switch time?
I think it would be.
Let's
Been a
see
while
who
since
we
we've
get
had one.
this time.
Go, Kindle.
Oh boy.
Ship had to go down.
Renji, you put up your hood
boy.
and watch Kindle disguise self, which also should be a roll a d20.
Just random D20.
Yeah,
Okay.
wild surge.
4.
Okay, you're safe.
All right.
Actually, no. Wait, if you're stressed, it changes.
Changed. It's 5
I
or
think she
below.
did
It's
say
5 or less. Okay. Okay. Who comes out to the forefront first? And then I'll pull up my wild magic.
So, Reggie and Jinx, you see her disguised self immediately, and then it's like she's frozen for a second, and like her eyes go glossy as she disassociates before like her entire physique changes from this kind of graceful person to this tiny little trembling thing. And she goes,
Roll a percentile as well.
oh, okay,
Just in
D100,
case. D100,
Okay.
yeah.
Renji.
30,
30.
30, so 30.
Let's go.
So you go really, really tiny, and then you
What?
roll a d6 for me.
Oh, what? 3.
3
Yeah.
off to the right of you. You've disappeared and reappeared in an alley that's off to the side on the right.
Oh my god.
Because you just teleport within 60 feet of yourself.
Do they see where I went?
Make a perception check, both of you, to see if you can figure out, like, all of a sudden you watched her body language completely change and then bloop, she's gone.
23.
Like she
Yes.
just shrunk into herself.
22.
Yes, you hear the slight clatter in the alley as she's just appeared off to the side.
Jinx is gonna facepalm and then immediately just like really bad fart smell. in the opposite direction so that people are like, oh, what is that smell? Like completely away from where we're going. And I will look at Renji and then sort of like hurry over to
Yeah, no, following.
Kindle's like standing in the hallway and like she sees you guys coming. I'm assuming she sees him coming.
Yeah, you see him coming.
And she says, where am I? Do you know where my mom is?
Oh shit. Brian's thinking, not Jinx. Well, let me do a long rest real quick so that I can reset my spell slots just in case I'm
Renji is going to like kneel down. Kindle,
Yeah. How do you know my name?
we're
Do you-
friends.
Mom?
You gotta stop that. You gotta stop that.
Hold on, I've got this. And is there like any torches or lanterns nearby?
I mean, there's
that's
a
a good
couple
question.
like there's probably a couple like lanterns in the area, but they wouldn't be lit. There's like lamp posts in the random in spots. They wouldn't be lit though because it's midday.
Any campfires or
You're in the city.
any fuck
It's still a city.
fuck okay
Plenty of fuck going around. Just no torches.
fuck okay I will I'm going to grab a stone off of the ground and I'm going to cast light on it with a like calm blue phosphorescent light, and I'm going to hold it out. I'm going to say, Kindle, we you might not remember us, but we're your friends. Are you okay? I know it's scary to be in a big city and to be lost, but
I'm all alone. I don't know where I am. And I hurt. My back hurts.
My fucking heart.
Okay, I set the light down next to her.
Anna, you bitch.
What?
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds because I assume that she is telling the truth.
I mean, she's telling the truth. It just doesn't mean that.
Telling the truth, it just does exactly
You
help.
cast cure wounds.
Yeah, so I'll cast. I'll be like, Kindle, is it okay? Can I touch your shoulder here? Let me see if I can help you feel better.
Okay.
And I cast Cure Wounds.
It still hurts.
Okay.
It stings, it burns.
Okay.
Be good at that. God damn it.
Fuck. Renji is gonna go over to Kindle just slowly and hold his hand out like this. If you come with us and we'll take you somewhere safe, okay?
I don't know. I'm not supposed to go anywhere. I'm supposed to stay.
Renji.
He's gonna just Renji's gonna just turn to Jinx. I'm gonna put her to sleep.
Oh. Maybe we should
Ah, yes, a brilliant idea. Put the
should
crying
probably-
child to sleep.
Oh no! He has the no, like over the table. Renji has the sleep spell.
Jinx is gonna just say, I'm Jinx, and this is Renji, and this little stone, its name is Bean.
Bean.
Yeah, and you have a very important task. I need you to watch out for Bean, okay?
Okay. It is pretty.
It sparkles a little bit.
So she'll do like the little, like the kid, like holding out
Mhm.
the arms thing.
Renji
He'll
just
take
kind
it.
of like does that comforting one arm over the shoulder and is going to cast sleep.
Perfect.
Well, you do have to roll past her hit points for it to work.
Yep. It's
Okay.
5d. It's 5d8.
Wow.
Bardic inspiration.
That can't go on to damage, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, it's ability, attack, or saving throw.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So it has to
5.
roll higher than my hit points.
Yeah.
Yes. It has to
Okay.
meet or beat your hit points.
Okay.
And it does not work on elves.
Well, she's not an elf.
29.
Yes. It's well over my hit points.
Okay then. Just hand over shoulder and
Yeah, she slumps in like directly into you.
Do you have her?
I've got her.
All right.
Do you want to get transport and I'll take care of her?
Yeah. Let me meet you here in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Good luck.
Yeah. Thank you. Get back here soon.
Oh, I will. And then yeah, Jinx will go. He'll duck out of the alley the other side, and then head towards if there is another side of the alley.
Yeah, there is.
Okay. And then he'll just casually continue prestidigitation every now and then to confuse the guards for fun at this point. It's actually keeping his mind off the fact that there's so many people in the town. So
By the way, Kindle,
Yeah.
since you're asleep, your disguise would have dropped.
Great.
But Ranger's not moving from the alley. And immediate water skin just wake up, bitch.
Yeah, it's enough to wake you up.
Cool. Yeah,
But
she'll.
make another wisdom save to see if you
Yeah, I
wake
was about to
up
say.
as
I'm
you.
like, yeah. That's a 17.
Yeah, Kindle's the one who wakes up.
Cool.
Grown Kindle.
Grown Kindle. she's like laying there. Oh, really? Really? Did you really have to do that?
Yes.
How
You
did I
had
get
it.
here?
Kindle, look at me.
What happened?
Had another episode. I put you to sleep.
Might I ask?
Who? Young child?
I apologize.
Luckily, we dealt with it quickly.
Perfect.
However, look at your hands.
you're holding a rock.
That's Bean.
when she woke up, she would have dropped it.
Okay.
So
Bean.
she'd be like, fucking shit, knuckle benders. I can't cast that again until I sleep for a whole 8 hours.
That is okay.
That's okay.
Yes, because I have a plan.
All right, what is your brilliant plan?
Essentially, I'm going to completely cover your body in a tarp so that no one can fucking recognize you.
What are you gonna lug me around like I'm a dead body?
No.
Okay.
Not a dead body, but it's a look.
Just get me out of here.
I'm going to find some sort of large tarp, and he just goes, "Stay in this alley."
Don't need to tell me twice.
Okay. I'll say you're able to find it.
He just hands it to you, and just kind of like, yeah, just kind of like does a whole like almost wrap around, top of head and face, so only the eyes are visible.
Perfect.
Pretty much.
And she has her disguise kit
I
as well.
didn't want to say it, but I'm just like, yeah.
Oh, I see it.
Is it not the UV resin? Let's go to another hive.
Oh no.
Residue.
Residue, maybe?
I'll clean my area very well. See, I'm sorry. Continue. Where's my cortisone?
I mean, your health is pretty incredibly important.
I'm
Yeah,
okay.
that
I'm
comes
okay. I
first.
do this shit all the time. I'm just like, where's my cortisone?
But yeah, with said makeshift burqa, basically, is going to disguise Kindle and wait with her. Because he ain't moving from this alley too.
As both of you are sitting there, just make a stealth checks with advantage. Because you're in an alley.
Yeah. Stealth.
17.
Okay. 17.
Okay. You watch as, many members of the Watch, which is the local guard, and members of that probably a more seedy, some of you know, organization with matching-ish. It's mostly the color scheme that's matching. Haphazard leather armors walking around. But you managed to stay quiet. Jinx, what were you doing? You went around back of the alley and were making distracting sounds and stuff?
I was heading to go get a carriage.
Okay.
And then once I had that, I was gonna just bring it, I guess, through the city.
It's gonna be hard to bring a carriage through. I mean, I guess there are people do it. Yeah, I'll say you're able to do it.
Okay.
But there's a lot of people who, like, as you're like, thank you for the carriage, and start moving into the city, they're like, what the fuck are you doing? Just
how much is it, first of all?
Yeah, make a persuasion check just to see how long it takes for you to get one.
Okay. I'm also using Heart of Darkness, which is not really a thing, but it's kind of like people do their best to help me because I look so pitiable.
Yep.
Okay.
I know that background.
Yeah.
Then advantage.
Oh, no. 10.
10.
10.
It takes you a while.
Son of a bitch.
It takes you quite a bit of trying to haggle, because a lot of them are
Mhm.
you know, upcharging. And they're like, well, we're also, I mean, these are good stock horses.
Mhm.
They do say it's about 120 gold.
Oh, good. I have all of that with my 19 gold.
You should have more gold than that by now, after everyone split the gold from the heist. That went
Yeah.
into the group chat as to how much it was.
Okay, I don't think I added that.
You should have at least 217 gold, if I recall correctly. I'm going to scroll
At
back and
least.
check.
But yeah, I will try to find the most Adam's family carriage I can find. I want it dark and gothic and spoopy.
Easily done.
Okay. And yeah, if it's not like a fashionable one, that's like one of their less popular carriages, like I'll take the cheapest one I can get. As long as it can comfortably fit 6 of us.
The cheapest that you're gonna get is gonna be the 120. If you want anything more decorative, then it's gonna be more. Carriages are expensive because they also come with a piece of burden, the horse, and some feed for it.
Rental though?
Rentals, it's less that you rent it and more that you hire a driver who takes you somewhere. You can do that. That ends up being like so many gold per day that'll take you where you want to go. If you want to do that instead of purchase one outright.
I don't think we need to. Well, I mean, it would be handy to have a carriage, but we're all going back to our own collective place. I'll hire a driver.
Okay. Hiring a driver, you're looking at 3 gold per day.
Oh no. I will hand 25 gold to them for 5 days of work.
So it's 9 days travel, I believe.
50 gold.
I'm about to say, because that's
10
still
days.
too less, because it would be 27 gold for 9 days travel.
Oh, so yeah, 50 gold then. For 10 days. And yeah, I will ask them to start immediately. And then we'll clap over. I will sort of like shoo like peasants away by like making the horse smell a little like extra fancy. Like that. What does that smell? Oh, there's a horse coming. I better get out of the way. Like that kind of thing. And then I'll stop in the alleyway and I'll be like, hold on just 1 second. We have to pick up some friends here. And I'll grab Renji. I'll grab Renji and Kindle. And as soon as they're in the carriage, I'll be like, oh, I mean, I'm terribly sorry. I'm horrible at introducing myself. But you can call me Jinx. What's your name? That's a wonderful name. It's probably my favorite, actually.
Give me a minute.
My name is Smile. Because that's all I did.
I really want to see that movie.
Smile.
Desmond. My name is Desmond.
Desmond?
Yes, that's my name.
Very well, Desmond. Well, we'll take good care of you as long as you take good care of us. We have a few more to pick up, and then I think we're going to be heading out of the city.
All right then. Sounds like a plan.
Let me know if you want some tea.
I'm good.
Okay, your voice just sounded a little scratchy there.
Kindle and Renji, you're able to hop into the carriage, and we will tuck over to team shopping.
Team shopping.
I
That's, I was gonna say that's a lie. We're just checking, but no, I do want to grab one thing.
I'm probably gonna go to bed.
Yeah,
Same
after
here.
this team shopping, we're gonna head off anyway,
Okay.
so that's totally good.
So
But yeah,
gonna go.
it's 5:45 in the morning for me, so
Yeah.
yeah.
go to
good.
bed.
Night,
Bye,
See you
everybody.
guys later.
Love your face.
Love yous.
Bye.
Love
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Good night.
So yeah, we're just gonna rush over to the Sorcerer's Sundries, I think is where we
Yes,
we
Sorcerer's
had
Sundry.
the order.
The sun-dried
just-
tomatoes, yeah.
Yeah, that place.
Mhm.
Just gonna head there, ask about our delivery, see if it's in town, if we could grab it at all today, like do a pickup from the warehouse or something.
It
Otherwise,
was, if I recall, it was a rush job that they were trying to get it done, but they're still looking at like 3 days for the rush.
right? Yeah,
it's still
I
gonna
think
take
the
a bit.
earliest they said was gonna be tomorrow.
Yes, but I mean, doing any enchantment is very expensive and time consuming. He wouldn't have it yet, just because it's still early in the afternoon of the next day.
Yeah. Turns out we have to go real quick. Do you happen to have like a box of vials that a protective box full of vials, empty vials?
Oh, certainly. It's of course something that I have at all times. It's one of the major things that it's kind of part of the sundries part of Sorcerer's Sundries. And he just pulls out a box.
Great.
Counter. He's just like, I give up.
I'll take however many adds up to 10 vials.
10 vials in a little case.
Yes.
Is going to be about 2 gold, probably.
2 gold.
That sounds right.
Cool. I'll drop 3 and then bolt to the.
I appreciate your patronage. Thank you for coming again.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else you guys wanted to do while you were out?
I didn't.
Yeah, I think we're gonna check on that. So
Okay.
it's probably gonna be delivered to your father and then delivered to Candlekeep.
Indeed.
All
That's
right.
okay.
Yeah. Long
You
shot.
you guys remember where you're supposed to meet with Team Wagon,
Mhm.
and are able to gather and set off on the road for the first time in a few days. And as you start to set out, actually, Ling, you get a ping in your head of a sending spell.
Oh,
As you hear,
okay.
It has been some time since I have sent you out. I was hoping for an update.
What the fuck? Hi? Oh, hi. Right. We're actually on our way back to Candlekeep now.
Hold on. What
Lee
the
has no
fuck?
idea how this
What?
works, so
Oh, hey, hi. We are on our way back to Candlekeep. Continue.
add one more in there because there was a fuck that you missed.
Yep.
We should just be a few days.
And it's cut.
Maybe. Yeah.
We should be
And
a
Lee just
few.
kind of rattles on a little bit. They're like, hello? Well, that was fucking
There's
weird.
a moment for you here. Next time, be more succinct.
Wait, what? So there's a limit on this? Alice, what the hell's going on? What are you doing in my head?
What the hell is going on? Why are you in my head?
Oh,
You don't have to use them all.
no, Lane's just gonna. What the fuck is happening?
It's happening. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Yes.
That's gonna be a fun conversation when you get back.
Oh shit. To be honest, I forgot about the job.
All right.
At
And
least he
with
knows
that-
we should be back in a few days.
And with that, we will call it a night.
Yes.
Yay! Wait.